This is Ghana Talks Radio, the best station rocking the nation. GTR News. GTR News. We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR. GTR.
Good afternoon. It's time for the afternoon news right on Ghana Talks Radio. I go by the name Regina Bless. So moving to some headlines. Kaaka's family unhappy with slow pace of trial a year after his gruesome murder. Court to determine legitimacy of Arise Ghana 9th demo today. This and more stories coming up. Stay tuned.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR. GTR.
So moving to our main stories, a year after social activist Abraham Mohammed, popularly known as Kaaka, was attacked by unknown assailants in front of his house, his family is unhappy with how the murder trial is being handled. Kaaka died on June 28, 2021 at the Akufo-Addo Teaching Hospital, 2 days after he was attacked while returning home from an event he attended in the area. His death sparked protest within the Jukwa township as 2 persons died while others sustained various degrees of injuries when security officers clashed the resident. Brother of Kaaka, Nafra Mohammed, says the family fears justice will not be served due to the delays being witnessed in the trial. Ibrahim Mohammed's family had earlier accused the police of delaying investigations, but this accusation have been refuted by the police. The police instead cited delays from the Attorney General's office. So moving to our next story, court to determine legitimacy of Arise Ghana's 9th demo today. The court will today, Monday, June 27, 2022, determine the legitimacy of a planned demonstration by pressure group Arise Ghana. The group has scheduled Tuesday and Wednesday to demonstrate against the current economic challenges and want to end the protest at 10 p.m. on both days. The request is being challenged by the Ghana Police Service, which says it cannot guarantee the safety of members of the group for the long hours. The Ghana Police Service, in a statement signed by the Director of Public Affairs, Chief Superintendent Grace Answer Akrofi, says that disagreements with the group over the time for holding demonstration compelled them to go to court. The police have had no option but to submit the process to the court for a determination, while assuring organizers and the general public of its readiness to provide security for the demonstration. The police service also said it will wait for the court to make a determination today. Meanwhile, a leading member of the group, Bernard Mona, insists the demonstration will be held regardless. Moving to our next local story, Cape Coast-Twifo Praso Road to be closed for repair works on Jukwa Bridge. The Cape Coast-Twifo Praso Road will be closed to traffic today, Monday, June 27, 2022, to allow for repair works on the Jukwa Bridge. Torrential rains in the central region saw the Suruwi River overflowing its banks, causing the collapse of the bridge on the main Cape Coast-Twifo Road. Engineers from the ministry subsequently moved in from Accra and temporarily fixed the bridge within 24 hours, but a heavy-duty truck later got stuck on the bridge. The Ghana Highways Authority, in a statement, asked motorists to intend to apply the stretch to use the Cape Coast Yamuranta as in for Twifo Praso Road. The Twifo Praso to Cape Coast Road was cut off, flowing a downpour in the area, leading to portions of the stretch, including the bridge caving in. The minister, after touring the scene, pledged to ensure that the bridge is reconstructed and the road made motorable. He further indicated that an emergency response team has been constituted by his outfit to ensure roads cut off by floodwaters are reconstructed within 24 hours. Moving to our next local story. GRA official dies after vehicle dives into river. The Birim Central Municipal Deputy Director of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Richard Frimpong, died after his vehicle veered off the road into the bridge on the Achim-Ofuasi-Atrebu Road in the Achimansa district of the Eastern Region. He met his untimely death on his way to Achim-Oda after his Mercedes-Benz private car with registration number GW900W veered off and landed in the Buti River on the Achim-Oda to Ofuasu-Atrebu Road, drowning him in the process. Eyewitnesses who were driving just behind him when the unfortunate incident happened could not swim, so they had to rush to the neighboring towns to get divers. Unfortunately, Mr. Frimpong couldn't survive when he was finally retrieved from his vehicle by the divers. Police in the area have commenced investigation into the case of the accident. We're going on a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the business and political news. Stay tuned.
This is Ghana Talks Radio, the best station rocking the nation.
Ghana Talks Radio wo UK abrochimemu era from Ghana mu ha the sound system which spinning machine papa every amana ne ababegu o Ghana mu ha enti se we ye aye we ye engagement we ye wedding we ye birthday party political parties are mo ye rally se mo ye asori a mo ye crusade so we bo carnival or any kind of event now we pe spinning machine papa a boa sound no mu dia ene me kanfo GTR sounds the emawo ya wa live band nso a woto nsa de frɛn ya yebetimi ababeboa ama wodwumedi a wodie ne nso atimi aye kama pa ya wo enkran poponi mantamo anya aponche hotel ɛhɔ pepepe ɛna yebutuo wodi ane sɛ wo bɛfrɛ empanifo ɛwɔ 0546960510 GTR sounds emu de angaza
GTR News. GTR News.
Welcome back from the break. If you just joined our live on Ghana Talks Radio, and this is the afternoon. So moving through some business stories. Health interns to strike today over unpaid allowances. The National Health Student Association of Ghana will today, Monday, June 27, 2022, begin a strike to press home its demand for allowance arrears owed its members since September 2021. According to the association, the strike has become necessary due to the lack of commitment by government in paying stipends to its members for the last 10 months. The vice president of the association, Masobia Rahim, said the strike will persist until government meets their demands. The strike is by the health interns, whose allowances are to be paid through the facility of the Ministry of Health. The health interns have not received their allowances since they started the internship in September 2021. The best way to get the allowance is to take some of these actions to see the way forward. Moving to our next business story. NSS introduces initiative to tackle unemployment. The executive director of the National Service Secretariat, Osei Esibe Enchi, says the secretariat intends to introduce a program that will complement the government effort at addressing graduate unemployment. Dubbed Deployment for Employment, the program seeks to equip national service personnel with some soft skills to make them qualified for the job market. Mr. Esibe Enchi said this at the 12th Annual Terminal Congress of the National Service Personnel Association in Takoradi. The NSS, in repositioning itself to become a real committed force to help the government in reducing the unemployment rate in Ghana, has decided to move to deployment for employment. In that sense, it has given us a sense of responsibility to improve the soft skills of national service personnel. Moving to some political stories. Presidency slams Ablakwa again over allegation against Akufo-Addo's recent foreign trips. The presidency says the member of parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa's criticism against President Nana Akufo-Addo's recent spending on air travel is aimed at causing public disaffection for the latter. Undoubtedly, the Honorable MP's motives are not well-intentioned, as he is merely seeking to score cheap political points to incite public disaffection against the president, a statement from the presidency said. Mr. Ablakwa had claimed that 480,000 euros was spent on President Nana Akufo-Addo's recent trip to Belgium and Rwanda, but the presidency refuted this, insisting that Akufo-Addo did not travel to Belgium aboard a chartered Airbus ACJ319. The presidency also said President Akufo-Addo had to travel via charter flights to Kigali because of flight cancellations, but Mr. Ablakwa subsequently dismissed this explanation, saying they were irrelevant and unjustifiable. So Mr. Ablakwa had more details to the stories. Let's go listen.
Of all parliaments across the world. That is why before government spend, they need parliamentary approval. And after they have engaged in expenditure, they must come to parliament to account and explain how they spent what we have approved. So financial accountability, it's really sine qua non in terms of the oversight role that Parliament plays, the checks and balances remit of Parliament. And it is within that context that I pursued, when I got leads that the President had abandoned the presidential jet for his tour to France, Belgium, and South Africa. I became curious. So I decided to track very closely, and I obtained details on the jets that the president chose. The president opted for the top of the range Airbus ACJ320 Neo. And when I researched further, it was clear to me that that is the most expensive charter in the world, the most expensive. Indeed, the Airbus manufacturer of the aircraft says that that particular jet the president opted for is their showpiece jet. They call it the most outstanding luxury jet in their fleet. Most outstanding. This is a jet that ordinarily takes 150 to 170 passengers, but they've reduced the passenger capacity to 17 so that they can give you
a living room experience.
A living room experience. Indeed, the manufacturers call it a penthouse in the sky. So master bedrooms, you can take your shower, in the skies, and suite bathroom, gold-plated dining facilities for all 17 and all of that, with top of the range, IT connectivity and all of that. I got worried that the company that our government contacted for this top of the range flight, which remains an aviation wonder if you look at the level of luxury, because it has just been spruced up in Switzerland, and our president was the first to opt for it. In the fleet of the company they contacted, the company is called Acropolis Aviation, which is located in Farnborough, the United Kingdom. They have in their fleet other very comfortable, quite luxurious options, which is not this showpiece, pinnacle of luxury, as they describe it, jets. This jet is just people who want to just show off and have so much money. They don't know what to do with it. They opt for that. So the point that I am making is that at a time our president is telling us that times are hard. This economy is not in a good place. We all heard him when he came to Parliament to speak to us during the message on the state of the nation. He said that, look, this economy ends. He told us in this house that it is important that we welcome even new taxes so that government revenue, which is not doing well, they can at least raise some revenue to address his second term, agenda. Based on his own statements and the fact that really times are hard, as a member of parliament, I know people who otherwise would rather even support your campaign now are calling you for things as basic as help me with school fees, help me pay my rent. We saw the last time the situation with water shortage, where fellow Ghanaians, compatriots, had to be fetching water from gutters to drink.
Okay, so that was Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa's point of view. I don't know your take on this issue. Since we having some difficulties in the country, I don't know if it's needed for the president of Ghana to spend more money. Yeah, so I don't know your take on that. So moving to our next political story, NDC accuses government police of deliberately frustrating Arise Ghana demo. The opposition National Democratic Congress has accused both the government and the police administration of calculated attempts to frustrate organizers of the Arise Ghana demonstration from going ahead with their planned protest. So according to the party, this is evident in the last-minute court action over a trivial matter about the time of the demonstration. Pressure group Arise Ghana and its alliance intend to protest against worsening economic conditions in the country from a scheduled time of 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. but the police are not in favor of the arrangement, citing security reasons. The police have headed to court over the matter with a final determination expected to be announced later today, which is June 27, 2022. Moving to our next international story. Several injured as Colombian bullfight stand collapses. At least 4 people have been killed and more than 300 were injured after a stand collapsed during a bullfight in central Colombia. Footage showed the 3-story wooden stand fouled, with spectators falling at a stadium in El Espinal, Tolima department. A bull continued to roam the ring as people fled the wreckage. The traditional Corralija event involved members of the public entering the ring to engage the bulls. The dead included 2 women, a man and a child. Tolima Governor Jose Ricardo Orizgo said the region's health officials said hospitals had treated 322 people, of whom 4 were in intensive care. Sunday's event was part of the celebrations of the popular San Pedro Festival. Outgoing President Ivan said there would be an investigation, while President-elect Gustavo Petro urged local officials to ban such acts. Moving to our next international story. No visible wounds, 22 people found dead in South African's bar. At least 22 people were found dead at a nightclub under mysterious circumstances in a township in South African's southern city of East London. Brigadier Tibinkosi Kinana said on Sunday police were alerted by members of the public through the incident at Siniri Park. The circumstances under which they died are under investigation, Kinana said, adding it was too early to determine the cause of death of the young adults aged between 18 and 20 years. The bodies will be transported to state mortuaries where relatives are expected to help identify the victims, and Siyanda Manana, a spokesperson for the Eastern Cape Provincial Health Department, We are going to immediately be embarking on autopsies so we can know the probable cause of death, he said. We are taking 22 bodies right now. Moving to our last story, which is the entertainment story for the day. Ghana music is a disgrace to the world, Shatta Wale says. So Ghanaian music star Shatta Wale has said music from Ghana is a disgrace to the world. Wale made the claim in a tweet he shared, adding that he was made by the internet. He tweeted, I quote, "Every day Ghanaians have new artists who is bigger than Jay-Z. Foolish country with foolish entertainment people." Excuse my language, that I'm quoting according to what he said. So he's saying every day Ghanaians have new artists who is bigger than Jay-Z. Foolish country with foolish entertainment people. Man, you people sit there and don't follow the time. Internet made me, and I'm proud to say this. Ghana music itself is a disgrace to the world. Foolish thugs. So that is where we end the Afternoon News Radio and Ghana Talk Show. I go by the name Regina Bless. This is not yet over. Just join I myself, Regina Bless, and DJ Kobe Rich, the richest selector, on Lunchtime Rhythm. See you.
Ghana Talks Radio. Ghana Talks Radio. This is big.
More.
Ghana Talks Radio. Ghana Talks Radio. This is big. This is big.